In this video, I'm going to show you how to stretch the musculature in the calf region. So these are useful stretches for all athletes, but particularly those that suffer from recurrent calf injuries or medial tibial stress syndrome or plantar fasciitis or Achilles tendonitis, for example. So the stretches that I'm going to target here are for, firstly, the gastrocnemius muscle, which is the most superficial of all muscles, and there's two bellies in the gastrocnemius muscle that sit here. The attachment site is above the knee, and then the muscle runs down into the Achilles tendon. The second muscle then is the soleus muscle, which runs deep to the gastroc but attaches below the knee and also attaches at the bottom to the Achilles tendon. And then lastly is the tibialis posterior, which is a thinner muscle, attaches in the arch of the foot and then runs round the back of the ankle and up into the back of the tibia. So they're the three muscles, and because they've all got attachment sites in different places, we need three different stretches to target each individual muscle. So the first one then is the gastroc stretch, and that's the one you're probably mostly familiar with, which is simply back leg straight, lean into the wall until you can feel the stretch in those two bellies of the gastroc muscle. So as I lean forward there, I can feel the stretch here. So that's the gastroc stretch. Soleus stretch then, you need to come a bit closer to the wall. So the rear leg's closer to the wall, and then you drop the knee. So you bend the knee, so you're taking that gastroc off stretch so that you can target the fibres of the soleus muscle. So then when I lean forward there, I can feel the stretch lower down about here, which is those soleus fibres. So that's this stretch. Lastly then is the tibialis posterior stretch, which is probably the most complicated of all of them. And I find the best way to target the tibialis posterior is by using a step. So it's the same stretch as the soleus stretch, but what you've got is the inside of your foot is hanging off the edge of the step so that your ankle kind of rolls inwards a bit, so that your knee then points towards the opposite foot. So you're in the same position as the soleus stretch, but you roll inwards until you can feel the stretch on the inside of the calf. So basically, you're rolling inwards, knee pointing in the direction of the opposite foot, and I can feel the stretch there inside of the foot, and that's the tibialis posterior stretch. So that's three stretches then, one for the gastroc, one for the soleus, and one for the tibialis posterior. Happy stretching.